Okay, I want to talk about air. Is air to us? And that means how oxygen is our duality partner. He can be, sometimes oxygen can be our lover. It can be our best friend. It can be bestie man friend. And it can be our, oxygen can be our God, it feels like sometimes. Like, oxygen is so beautiful to us, you know? We love fresh air. We love fresh air. And so that is oxygen. It's like our duality. When we when the sun, here's the sun, and the spirit, here's the spirit, and here's the sun, and well, if this casts our planet, right, Earth, by this casts Earth by positive and negative. So this casts Earth by positive and negative. And so the death of Earth is negative and positive, or is it just negative? It's just negative. I'm getting that it's just negative. Right? And I don't know how we came to that from here, but we're gonna find out how we came to that. So this is how we got the air. We got the air from the spirit approaching Edith again. And that's how we got the death. So we got plus minus from, this is how we got that first thing. And then we got then the son had a baby named Edith. And so then how did we get that? When we got that to die, when we got part of that to die, so when we got one half of that to die, when the spirit got one half of that to die, so when the spirit got one half of that to die, so minus one half, so minus one half did equal the opposite, which is neutral home, which is Noom, and neutral Hof is neutral Hof. So that's noble. That's where the word noble comes from, is this idea of the rhesus group that's neutral. It comes from that. So so then you have so that equals, so this is Noom, so that equals equals minus again. And the minus rhesus was the initial sparkles. Rhesus of initial atom sparkles creates earth. Creates dirt is what we want to say. Creates dirt, which is clay, right? Dirt is clay, and that's where we say that humans come from, the clay. So, that creates the mantle of earth. And the core that the sparkles created, which is 1/2 there, 1/2, it's 1/2 there, the sparkle core. So, or wait, or does it, yeah, because these mantle things are negative, so they're negative, and then Edith is still positive minus, right? She was just hit by the spirit, and the spirit was it was negative 1/2. That was the spirit, was negative 1/2 there. Okay, so then if negative 1/2 made this spirit, then you would have to say that, because the spirit works here, so then you have to say that Zion is positive. No, Zion is negative 1/2, right? Or Zion is 1, or is it 4? Like how we were saying is ocular. I think this is, yeah, this is the number 4. It's squared. So this means like something concrete. So I think this might be 4. I think that's what that means. Right? Trying to think so, because that's the ocular. And so from that's, so that would be dimension 0. Yeah, the gravity 0. Dimension 0. Which is 1, the missing number. So 1, 1, 0 is the missing number. So that's the missing number. And its opposite is 4 in the, so we have another duality of things. It's 0.0 and 4 is the duality of things. And when that reality is split, it becomes the earth. When that reality is split, it becomes the earth. So, so when the earth is made, then air is made. That's the air of the earth. Air of earth is air, because it comes from this neutral here we have for Edith, so it has an air, and that is minus plus, and that's the air. That's the air. Air, so it's not really air of earth, it's air of earth is air by Edith, which makes the earth female. So that's why Eden is sometimes called Edon, because sometimes he's a boy, even though he is the female boy. Sometimes he is a boy, and so he's a boy by the way he creates his heir, and that's his heir. So that, because Edon is the father. Okay. And the negative is the mom, but so that plus that would equal positive, but in this case it creates another neutral. Okay, so that's the weird element of the heir to Edith. Okay, because that doesn't make sense, but it's fact. So it's a weird fact. That's why we call it the heir. And that's a weird fact. Wait. Yeah, because it's an heir to, it's an heir to these two. It's an heir to the mantle and to Edith. So it creates a neutral that's a male neutral, because the Edith was feminine neutral, and the mantle was negative neutral. It was just negative. It creates a male neutral. Male neutral. And the this one was a femme neutral. So that's just but it didn't create another male. Like you would think it would create another male, but it creates a male neutral, because we created a gender by creating Mother Earth, who is a boy in this example, who is also neutral, so he's Edon. So that's just like a concept that's a weird fact. Okay. And that's and so yeah, the rhesus of the initial atom sparkles creates the dirt, and some people call dirt clay. And remember the initial atom sparkles that came from the Zion and the Spirit? Remember, I'll show you them. These little atom sparkles, sunflake atoms, they created that, remember? So, like, you have to remember that the heir to that. So right here, we made it like the Spirit made that, like the Spirit created air, and like the Spirit goes in, and what was positive neutral became neutral positive, and or the other way around, yeah. So because that's sun, air, and Edith, and that creates earth in one night. So that's how we explained it there. But that's like how things are explained by the trifecta, you know, because I'm sure there's another way that Christians explain this, you know, but this is how like the Christian Science might see it, you know. So one realm of Christian Science, like one facet of Christian Science might see it like this, you know. So because I've been talking to you a lot on my texts, on my cell phone, my flip phone with the microphone on it, and I've been texting a lot on there. It's like my 5051 phone. I've been texting the word Kaiser, and Kaiser sounds like that. Kaiser. Kaiser in Jew-phonics. That's Kaiser in Jew-phonics. And Jew-phonics is ABCs. Alphabet. Alphabet. Or or alphabet, you know, but I call it, there's 26 letters in the alphabet, right? And then the letter 27, which is, right? That's the 27th letter. And that is also a snap. And, which is actually a cluck. And so that's how we get the KKK. Because the German word for clever is klug, which is like luck. Sounds like luck. Klug sounds like luck. And it's spelled klug. Well, klug. And so the Kaiser means circle. Your circle, right? And your circle is your tribe. It's your tribe. And your tribe is I don't know how much your tribe is. It's like your circle tribe. So there's no rules for your tribe. They want us, I heard it's 12 stagnant, but I don't know. Maybe like this time around it is like, I mean, I think your tribe is 12 stagnant, like your tribe is 12 stagnant, but like 12, 13 used to be how many tribes there could be, how many tribes, but now it's been a flip in the dimension. Depends on time parallel, depends on parallel. if it's the tribe 12 stagnant, or the tribe 12 stagnant, or whether it's 1213 on how many tribes there are. You know, if there's like a 13th tribe, that is always changed in, or it's like it depends on the parallel, which means continued. The parallel is divided but equal. So they have one parallel that is more like your it's like this is where the swastika comes in. See, this is where the swastika comes in, where you have pi. You also see pi in this, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, and this is the formal exception law, where less than 26% will always be either either the click that is 12 stagnant, the click that is 12 with a changing 13, this is vexen to 13, okay? And I mean, there's another like parallel, whether the 13 comes from all from amongst the 12 too, or like, it's just, I don't know if there could be a parallel in that. I feel like there could be a parallel in that. But I'm gonna put a question mark if there could be a parallel in that. Okay, so I think there's a duality in that one. And then you have tribe being like 13, right? Or you could be tribe being like 13 stagnant, and it, you know, it could, there's a duality here for sure, because either like tribe or clique could either be 12 or 13 stagnant, you know, that there's a duality there. So, or it's tribe 12, then the 13th tribe, right? And you could be the 12th tribe. Okay. So so that is the example that we have of the formal exception, which is like the swastika formal exception. This is the swastika formal exception that is less than 26 will always be click stag, tribe stag, tribe stag, click stag. And I call this game white church, black temple, white temple, black church. And the law, the formal exception law, does, it only applies to either, it only applies to either 3/4 or it only, like, okay, let's call the formal exception pi, okay? Pi only applies to 3/4 or 1/4 of these attributes. You know, it only applies to, pi only applies to that, right? So that is that's the swastika. And the swastika is derived by KKK, which is derived by the German word for circle, like a friend, like a clique. The German word for like a friend's clique, you know, is Kreise, which is like the people you know, maybe the people in your covenant. And the word Herzenslicht for feather, for bird feather, the German word for bird feather I think it needs to be Herzenslicht to overcome this Kreise, because it's come to mean crisis, right? But it really means like friendship circle, but it's come to mean crisis. So this needs to be upheld. So I think we can either do it by changing the German word for bird feather to Herzenslicht, or by Kreise, or by doing something else, and by like, I think Juphonics would help a lot, and I forget what I just thought, but I think that Juphonics would help a lot in identifying words that need to be known. So I want the Juphonics taught. KKK, remember, they're not all bad. And Mercury might change their reactor, their Anne-Frank reactor out with the KKK, because they're like-minded people, actually, but they're just white. And I mean, they're woke though. Woke 2-0. So okay, woke 2-0. So that is the KKK ghosts. They're woke 2-0, and they might go to Mercury. So that's Mercury. What I want them to know about their friends, the KKK. And wait, how did we get to the swastika again? Oh yeah, we got it by the creation of air. And the creation of air is the creation of dirt. So dirt, air. The air to dirt is air. The air to dirt is air. The air to dirt is air. Okay, so the air to dirt is air. And no, the air to air is dirt. No, wait. The air to dirt is air. Yeah, the air to dirt is air. Okay, so that's how you become, that's how you create the swastika, by knowing the heir to how do I draw a swastika? It's been a while since I drew a swastika, but that's how you create the heir to dirt is heir. It's, that's the swastika. And, that's the swastika. Okay. So, clever, it's pronounced klug. Klug. So it means klug, K means, I don't think I'm doing it in the right order, but it's Kaise, which means circle, and K means klug. It means luck, which is a 4-leaf clover is luck, and it means clue, like cluck, and it means cluck, like chicken, because that's the 27th letter, because that's the 27th snap of the alphabet, right? So that is that is the 4, the lucky 4 is the 27, and the 4-leaf clover, it's like the duality of things make it a 4. So that's KKK, right? And it means luck, cluck, and circle. KKK means luck, cluck, and circle. Okay, so now you have what it takes to become an initiate of the KKK, who understand the swastika, and they understand the harmony symbol, and they understand the swastika. And that's all you have to do to get in the KKK, is understand these two concepts in your own words. In your own words. And then you can be in the KKK. All right. And even if you only understand from like hearsay from your friends, and we understand how you put it, you can still be in the KKK. All right. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. All right. Remember when I thought that was my name? It's not really my name, but I think it's the name of a djinn. I think my name, I'm not supposed to tell you guys what I think my djinn name was, but I think I was a djinn. Well, I think we were all djinn at one point, but anyways, those underground tunnels are for djinn, and djinn can make IVF babies for us, and help us with the cyanide. So they, by feeding the baby's milk, the fetus's milk, the zygote's milk, and yeah, they can do a lot. So they can pick out individual sperm for the IVF breeding, and I believe in the in IVF breeding, so that everyone has a boy and a girl by the time they're 21, ideally. Yeah, that's like my ideal. Just so people don't feel compelled to procreate, What did we say was causing that balance between male and female? I forget what exactly it was, but I said it in my text messages. Let me look. Okay, what? Okay. Wait. I don't know where it is, what I said. I don't even remember it. I can't remember this shit. So, I don't think I don't know if you've like read my text to Rodney. There was something we had to avoid what I just said, which I like kind of forgot what I just said. So, but it was important in the text if you can put it together, because, okay, I'm gonna go because the rest is like secret, because we're gonna, I don't know, do something with witches and stuff. Like three witches, like, need to always be and stuff, so it's like, you have to decide who the other witches are, and someone has to pass it down to you who is the witch, and I'm the first witch. And so I pass it down to a like ginger dark blonde who wears like glasses and has like some acne scars on her cheeks, and the other one's like a I don't know, sort of healthy looking black girl, but I think she's a little bit hexed, and I want her to know it. And so my witch selection can change for who the two witches are right now, but those are the two witches right now. And what were we saying? It was something that doesn't happen if you do something else. Okay, so I don't know. There's like a bunch of things we have to do in order for other stuff to happen. But there was something that we had to forego in order for the gender balance to not be off that I was writing about, that I forgot what it was. But it was something that we could easily take care of. I don't know. It's somewhere in these texts, and that's why I'm trying to get some help, because I totally forgot what it was. Okay, bye.